will get really motivated to progress in that career. So how to get this career? What are we going to cover today? Self-branding or personal branding, which is something very, very important in this phase that we are going through in terms of candidate challenges or candidate competition in the market. The squiggly career, we'll talk about this. Think like a recruiter, building a strong CV, and interview essentials. Let's start step by step. Self-branding, what is self-branding? What do we mean by self-branding? You hear about brands, they build brands, they do advertisements, they put themselves out there, they send you advertisements on your personal accounts on Instagram. But what's your personal branding? Think LinkedIn, think CV, think the articles that you publish, whatever you put on social media. You have to put yourself out there, because if you know that you are worth it and you're very strong in a certain field, you know that. But how would a recruiter know that? How would a hiring manager know that? You need to put yourself out there. So if you're building your LinkedIn profile, and LinkedIn is very important, more important than the CV itself, by the way. So if you're putting yourself out there and you're showing your skills, LinkedIn is giving you the chance to show off what you can do. And if you say on LinkedIn, I'm a very motivated person looking or aspiring or whatever, searching for a suitable position to help me build my career, okay, that's very good for you. But is it good for me as a recruiter? You are looking, you want this, you need this. But why would I call you as a recruiter? Only because you need it? There are thousands of other people who need the same thing, are looking for the same thing. So how to stand out in this competition? Show the other company, or show the company, the companies that can see your profile, what value you can add to this company, so they can pick up the phone or send you an email and tell you we want to interview you. This is the first step, self-branding. Put yourself out there, write some articles, comment, share posts, like them, because it will give you more visibility on LinkedIn. Do not copy-paste your CV to LinkedIn. Keep it brief, keep it professional. Do not put pictures with sunglasses, do not put pictures with your pets, or in the club, or at the beach, or in the mountain. Please, I've seen it all. I've seen people with sunglasses and holding a dog or a cat on LinkedIn. Why? Why do I need to see this? It's a professional network. It's not only for searching for jobs, it's also for advertising your services. And by your services, I mean your qualifications and what you can give to the other companies that you're applying for. Build yourself brand. The squiggly career. I was mentioning when we first started the idea that society plants in our head, even our parents. Get a job and get promoted to get a high salary. Now things changed. Now in 1 or 2 years, especially your generation, if the position or the company is not giving you a meaningful career, you will leave. You will start looking somewhere else. There are books written now about the squiggly career, which is not a straight line up, it's actually going this way, like this. What does it mean? If you find yourself not in the right place, this is not the right position for you, you start going somewhere else. You change fields, you change departments, you change positions, you change companies, you change countries, you change everything. Because you need to find meaning in your career. It's very important after you graduate that you know what you want. And it's okay not knowing what I graduated, I didn't know anything in the market. I didn't know what are the departments, what's an HR department, what's an accounting, what's a marketing department, what do they do? Now there are new positions coming up, and it's called growth marketing. Hopefully you're getting it in the marketing courses. Growth marketing is very important. Someone said, yes, I'm sorry. Can you tell us a little bit about it, just like...
هلا نحن بعدنا بريف بس انه it's mainly something انه it's gradually getting into the market يعني بيكون في شيء ما بتتوقعه انه يصير بيصير فجأة gradually.
Okay. Growth marketing, as you were saying, we start with studying the market intelligence. We see the information that we can get from the marketing and give investment ideas to senior management. These are new positions coming up. في هلا كمان is there any non-Arabic speaker؟ في حدا ما بيعرف عربي؟
I prefer English.
We're gonna speak in English most of the time. If a word or two in Arabic, it's okay.
من صيدا يا عم.
Okay, say that. So guys, لما بدنا نطلع على البوزيشنز اللي نحن بدنا نختارها, it's okay for you after university to start checking. But how we can check what are the positions بلا ما نضيع كثير وقت. You have the information online. بتفوت على LinkedIn, بتبلش تقرا job descriptions. Start reading job descriptions to see what kind of job or what kind of tasks are required in this position. What kind of qualifications do they need in this position? This is one option. Another option, check your friends and family. Talk to them. Ask them, what's your day like? If they have a certain position in a certain company. How do you start your day? What do you do? What are the main tasks? What's expected from a person like you in your company? What do you have to do to get this position if you find it interesting? You start gathering information as much as possible in order for you to take the right decision on what to target. Because the main thing that you need to do is to set your goal and then take the right step forward. Because think about it, you can take thousands of steps forward, but if each step is in a different direction, you only moved one step forward, right? So set your goal and start taking steps towards that goal. How to set it? Gather information. Information is key. This is about this quickly career. You work 2 years in a certain company, you didn't like it, start looking for something else. It's fine, it's completely normal. Don't think, no, I need to go back. Some people change industries or change fields and they double their salaries. And the main strategy, by the way, don't worry about recruiters thinking that you're hopping from one company to the other. The main strategy to get a high salary is to change companies. Because the companies might give you like 10% increase, 5% increase every year, if there are increases, salary increases. But if you jump companies, you might get 20, 30, even 50% increase. And this 30 or 50% increase will affect the long-term increases that you're getting over the years. So your salary at the beginning is already high. Think like a recruiter, we already mentioned this. You know what you're worth, you know what you can do, you have the qualifications, you have the university education, etc., the projects that you worked on, the personal projects that you've done. You have so many things that you can do, but how would they know? How would I know? I'm a recruiter. You're sending me your CV and you're telling me that I'm capable of doing this, and that. Okay, that's good for you, but what does it have to do with me? Show me what you can do for me as a recruiter. And recruiters, the psychology of recruiters, they like to see that you are putting effort in approaching them, this company specifically. Never send an email or a message or even a cover letter saying, dear sir, dear ma'am, dear hiring manager, etc. Mention the name of the person that you are sending to, and mention the name of the company as well. It's important. These little touches on your CV and your cover letter will make a big difference. We go to building a strong CV. Can we, is it working now? This is one of the nice quotes that I like. The person who goes farthest is generally the one who is willing to do and dare. The sure thing boat never gets far from the shore. So if you're very, very sure about something, most probably you're not taking a big risk, and with low risk, it's low reward. High risk, higher the reward. But always take calculated risks. Your resume, by the way, I'm not going to bore you with slides. It's only like 4 or 5 slides, that's it. Your resume is the first impression that you do to any person. Because you're not there, so your resume is representing you without you being there. So what do you want to put in your CV? What do you want to show me or show a recruiter? When you send me the CV, what do you want to show? You just want to show that, okay, I went to this university, I have this qualification, I have this kind of experience. Maybe you're fresh graduates, you have zero experience, but we're gonna talk about this. These are my contact information, and that's it. Why don't you show what you can really do to the company you're applying for? Why don't you show the very good first impression? When you sit with someone, a recruiter or a hiring manager, immediately they put you in one of two ways. Two ways. The first way, it really depends on the first impression that you're going to do, by the way. If the first impression that you're doing is a negative one, without any confidence, without showing them what you can do, they will start thinking throughout the conversation why you do not fit the position that you're applying for. Think about it. And if you've done a very good first impression, they will start thinking why you fit this position, although you have gaps in your CV and your application. So the first impression, the first 2 minutes, or the CV that you're sending is very important to determine the psychology of the recruiter. What are they thinking about? They did a study like maybe 20 years ago. They got 50 recruiters and 50 candidates. They told them, interview these candidates. They started interviewing the candidates, and after 5 minutes, they stopped them. 5 minutes only. They told them, what do you think of these candidates? They gave their opinion, some good, some bad, etc. Then they told them, continue. After 45 minutes, they stopped them again. They told them, what do you think of these candidates? 95% of the recruiters gave the same opinion that they gave in the first 5 minutes. So first impressions are very important. It's either you grab the attention of the person you're sitting with, or the person you're trying to communicate with, or you lose that attention. What are the types of CVs? Again, we're not going in much details. I'm trying to give as much information as possible. What are the types of CVs? We have the task-based CVs, which is very traditional. People just put what they've done. They put the educational background, they put the contact information, and it has a certain template, and that's it. Achievement-based CVs. This is very, very, very important now, because it's modern. What's an achievement-based CV? They need to check what you've done in the past. How did you add value to a certain project or an experience? So they can see also if they can use this value in the future positions. So they start putting achievements. Think about it. What have you done? Always try to put numbers as well. If you help in sales, I increased the sales by 30% in this period. So what you've done and how did you do it? By focusing on communication with clients, for example, just as an example. So this sentence will combine a lot of things. Will show a lot of things about you. Will show accuracy. We will show that you're dedicated. We'll show that you know your numbers. We'll show that you're a good salesperson. All of these traits are in one sentence. Instead of listing all these bullet points, 4 or 5 bullet points are enough. Even 3 bullet points are enough under each position or in your experience. Combination style CV is a combination of both. I also like this one. This is my favorite. You write your main tasks, like things that have nothing to do with the achievements, and then under it or above it, you write your achievements. Now the template of the CV, at the beginning, forget about something called objective. I believe a lot of people put objective. It's old-fashioned. All the CVs have the same thing. Most recruiters wouldn't read it, because when you write objective, seeking a position in a reputable company, blah, blah, blah. No one reads that. How about you write something like, who am I? Write something catchy. Again, we go to the personal branding, the self-branding that you are building. Write, who am I? And write in 3 or 4 sentences as if you're sitting with your friend, and you're telling your friend the main points about your profile. What are the main things that you want to show in your profile? You can write the years of experience, if you have any. You can write the main qualities that you have. You can write the main what are your strengths, but these, who am I, and these strengths that you are mentioning, try to link them to the position you're applying for. Always read the job description. From the job description, take the keywords, plant them in your CV. And this is the key for tailoring your CV. You hear a lot of people saying, I want to tailor my CV. What's tailoring? You just don't tailor it based on what you think. You read the job description, you take the keywords. Sometimes they write in the job description, for example, if you're applying abroad, Arabic speaker is a must, or Arabic language is a must. You know that this is elimination criteria. If you don't have the Arabic language, they will eliminate you. So try to take these words and plant them in your CV. It will increase your chances in getting an interview. How do you assess your skills? You have to see, because a lot of people would say, okay, I just graduated from university, I don't have any experience. What do I need to mention on my CV? I know for sure that you have a lot of projects in your university that you work on, including the senior project, including the co-op, including the engineering project, including a competition, including self-business, including something that you did with your parents, anything that you've done, anything, you can take what's called transferable experiences, transferable skills and experiences. Transferable skills and experiences are not all the experiences that you have, but it's what you can take from whatever you've done before and that you can use in your future positions. If you know what the recruiter is looking for, you know what to take from your previous experiences and put in your CV, your cover letter, and the email, even the interview. This is the key for changing industries, for changing countries, changing departments, starting your career, and just going to the business field. Transferable experiences. I worked with a lot of fresh graduates. I was building their CVs, or they call me for consultancy, and they tell me, we don't have any experience, what to put? You always have something to put on your CV, even if it's volunteering. What have you done? You volunteered in something? What have you done? How did you add value to this project that you were working on? Take it and put it in your CV. This is key. What to offer an employer from the transferable experiences. Talents and abilities, link it with the transferable experiences. It will really help the other person know what's the value that you can add to them. Now this part, I used to sweat, become baladura, shake before an interview. I used to get this chills, like I'm so nervous. I go to an interview and I get this mind block. I just couldn't answer. Because some recruiters or some hiring managers, they start putting pressure on the candidates for some reason, and they enjoy it. And this is wrong, because people, the experienced or the trained recruiters should get the best out of the candidates because of stress, because someone is nervous. So what to do in this case? Preparation is key. If you prepare well, you will lower your stress levels by, I would say, 80%. Why? If you know what kind of answers or what kind of questions can come up in an interview, you hold your phone and you start recording yourself answering these questions. And then you watch yourself and you start thinking like a recruiter, would I hire this person? Would I, is this answer enough? Did it represent me well? It will lower your stress levels. You will go with confidence. And I will tell you another trick also during the presentation. Acknowledge it. It's fine to be, it's okay to be nervous. Even now, if I have a meeting, after 14 years of me interviewing people, I interviewed thousands of candidates. I looked at thousands of CVs. I did maybe, I would say, 50 interviews in my career, me applying for jobs. And I always get nervous, but it's fine. So I acknowledge it and I say it's fine. Start taking deep breath and go to the interview prepared. And once I answer the first couple of questions, it's fine for me on that. Go for it, of course. And what's the worst that can happen when you're applying for jobs? Can someone tell me what's the worst?
You will not get
Rejection.
Rejection. They will tell us you're not fit for this position, we'll take someone else, or they will ghost you. It's trending, and they will ghost you, right? They will not answer your emails. So what? Let me apply for another position. So,
Heartbroken.
it's fine. We're gonna get a lot of heartbreaks in our life. Recruiters are mean people. They wouldn't answer you. Some recruiters are very nice. They wouldn't answer you, they will ghost you, they will not answer your emails. You wouldn't understand why they rejected your application. So it's always good to ask for feedback, tell them why. And
ما بيسألكم بيقولوا ما بقولوا لنا إذا سألناهم.
some people do, some people don't. Don't put your hopes up. We shouldn't have a lot of expectations from people that we don't know. We don't know these people, we don't know these recruiters, if they are professional or not. Even in Dubai, in multinationals, some recruiters are not professional or they don't have the time to reply to everyone. So they don't. It's always good to send a follow-up email saying, I really appreciate your feedback or your time for taking the interview and sending me the email. I appreciate to have some feedback in order to prepare myself better for the next interview or to upskill myself in the interviewing stage. Send emails, even if they don't reply, some people will, and you will use this information to train yourself for the next interview. Part of the limiting beliefs is doubt. Maybe they will get back to me, maybe they won't, maybe I'm not very good for this position, maybe it's not the right position for me, it's a very big company, I don't have experience. Yeah, exactly. But I need to try, but not only to send applications left and right on LinkedIn or sending my CVs here and there to everyone and most probably someone will contact me. Guys, if you're applying for 100 positions after you graduate, 100 positions in 1 month, put that aside, apply for only 10 positions and put all your efforts in these positions. Show what you can do to these companies. Tailor your CV. Send personalized messages to the recruiters. Don't just send your CV left and right and most probably someone will call me. Maybe someone will, but is it the right job for you? Because in 1 year you would say, or 6 months you would say, this is not the right thing for me. You wouldn't be happy. And after 5 years or 10 years, you would say, oh, this is not the right career for me, but I'm stuck. I'm not gonna go back to start all over. And I had a GM, I was coaching a GM on career hunting, and he was 58 years old. And he told me, I still have a few years in my career, but this is not the right thing for me. I want to change careers. So imagine, 58 years old. And he took the right decision to change his career, because he still have a few years. A lot of people now I work with, they tell me, I'm not gonna go back, I'm stuck in my career, what can I do? So we start to find alternative options after 15 years. Yes, because why? Because of the limiting beliefs. Because he was saying throughout his career, I'm not gonna go back a couple of steps to start something else. This is a secure job. I have my kids, I have my family. Because 90%, 99% of the time, your first position in your career determines your whole career for the next 20 years, up to 30 years. The first position that you take. I took a position in HR, it's been 14 years now, 14 years later. You can do this. Of course, you can find the right position for you and keep searching, but use the searching tool properly. If you are searching, don't just go to one platform and that's it. Search everything, yes.
بس مش إذا واحد مثلا درس شيء معين وهو لازم يشتغل بهالشيء فكيف بده يغير البوزيشن؟
If you are in engineering,
Yes.
for example, choose the right company for you.
Oh.
Choose the right field, like the right industry. You are in engineering, yes, but how many options you have at the beginning of your career? Is it only one option, that's it? One company, one position?
No.
You have so many options. use the engineering, especially engineering, because management, they can go left and right when they start their career. Engineering, you need to use what you learned in university and apply it in the first few years of your career. So choose the industry, choose the location, choose how big is the company that you're going to work in. You have so many options to filter. Once you do your filters, you know what you want, you can start targeting that option. Okay, this is very important for you, to know your work. Yes. This is, okay. أنا انصدم. Traffic light system, this is very important. Traffic light system, I use it now for fresh graduates and I use it for GMs and VPs. If you want to know that you are good for the position that you're applying for, if you want to know that you can get that position, you actually have a chance in that position, and if you want to know that the company most probably will contact you, use the traffic light system. What to do in this case? We have three colors, right? Red, yellow, and green. I'm a little bit colorblind, so I memorized them. So yeah, green, yellow, red. So when you open a job description and you see the tasks and qualifications that they require in a certain company, in a certain position, start reading them one by one very carefully. Task by task, very carefully. Qualification by qualification, very carefully. When you read a certain task and you start thinking, can I do this task? Do I have the qualifications and the experience or the knowledge to do this task? If yes, I'm very confident, I've done this before and I'm very confident with it, you highlight it in green. If you know what it is but you're not sure about it, you highlight it in yellow. And if you have no idea what they're talking about, you highlight it in red. And if you see after you highlight all the tasks, if most of them are highlighted in red, then this is not the right position for you. Or you need to start working on yourself in terms of qualifications and experience to change the red into green. If you see most of it is green, then you can apply with confidence. But make sure that you have this information in your CV. Don't just apply. You see the tasks, you put them in your CV, and then you can proceed from there. Any question about the traffic light system? It's a very useful system. Yes?
The green light حتى يعني ضروري يكون مع experience.
If you're confident enough that you can actually do this task, then it's green. No. It can be if they require a fresh graduate, they need someone to handle engineering. Yeah, if they're looking for an engineer and a half, they might ask for a certain a task, like it can be reporting. You know how to use Excel, no? They are looking for someone who knows how to create reports using Excel, or can do PowerPoint presentations. You can do that, right? You don't have the experience, but you can do it. You can highlight it in green. Yellow is something that you're not sure if you can do this task or not, but you have the knowledge, you know about it. So highlight it in yellow, and red is nothing. Cool? It's okay?
Yes.
Good. Guys, we're going to move to the interviews really quickly. Types of interviews, we have the direct interview, the behavioral, the group, and the panel. From the name of each interview, the direct is they just sit with you, they open your CV, and they start asking you questions about what you've done, your tasks, your qualifications, your education, typical questions. A group is when you sit with other candidates and they start asking all the candidates questions. They ask a question, then they to you, then to you. Panel is when you have three or more interviewers, 3 or more hiring managers, someone from HR, someone from engineering, someone from the management team. They sit all together and they start asking you questions. Usually this is the toughest kind of interviews because you have to give the attention to each and every person asking you the questions, and you need to be confident enough to answer any type of question that comes to their mind. Now, behavioral